a lot of you who have got job offers, a lot of people who reach out to me when they have to decide whether they should join company A or company B. Let's say if they've got an offer from Infosys, TCS, Deloitte, very rare, but it still happens, right? That somebody may have more than one job offer. And when they have to make that kind of a decision, that one question that a lot of people ask me is about work-life balance. They want to know whether the work-life balance will be good in Infosys versus TCS versus Deloitte versus any other company. So they have these offers in hand and they want to know, okay, if the work-life balance is good in company A, then I'll join A, otherwise I'll join B, etc., etc. So here is from my experience what actually happens. Work-life balance may not be defined at an organization level. So at an organization level, there will be policies and you will most likely know those policies from the interviewer or from the HR. So for example, when you are getting into that interview, ask about what is their policy for work from home. So if the policy for work from home is that you can take maybe approval and work from home once in a week, that's allowed, but otherwise you have to show up in office. Or there may be a hybrid policy where they ask you to come to office 2 days or 1 day in a week, something of that sort. So that policy thing can be identified in an interview, right? But that is not it. That is only the indicator that how many times you'll have to go to office. But work-life balance has other aspects. And in most cases, these aspects are driven by the kind of work you will do or the kind of client project that you are working on, right? So that is a very important factor. Not all projects are same. Some projects have a lot of work pressure, other projects are easy, right? So there is no constant work pressure in IT when you are switching clients or when you are switching projects. So nobody knows that what kind of projects you are going to get into once you join that company. You can ask those questions to the interviewer or the hiring managers and try to uncover as much as information as possible. But in most cases, they are hiring either in mass or they are hiring for the pool or bench and they don't even know. So most of the times the interviewer won't even know what kind of project you will do. So in those cases, it's very difficult to identify the work load that you will have. Okay. So that is not defined at the company level. That is at the project level. And if you come one level down, it also depends on what kind of a manager or supervisor you will get. Sometimes you may get to work with very good people. These are people who are flexible. They will give you that kind of independence. They will not be micromanaging and they will just expect that you deliver when it matters, right? So if you work with good people, such people who are flexible and who are reasonable, then you will feel a lot more comfortable working over there and the work-life balance will automatically come into play. But otherwise, if you are not lucky and you land into projects or work with managers or leaders who are micromanaging, who are just breathing under your neck and who don't give you that kind of independence, then you will feel a lot more stress. Again, you cannot identify these things from outside. Okay. It is just a matter of chance or luck that you land in a good project versus you land in a project where there are good people or not so good people, right? So that's again not something that you can identify from outside, right? So in an interview, try to uncover as many details as possible. For example, work from home policy. For example, work timings. Okay. That probably you would know if you are getting hired for a project in which you are going to replace somebody, the project is already going. So they can tell you that this customer is in Europe, so your working hours will be in Europe, or this customer is in Australia, so your working hours will be in early morning and stuff like that. So in the interview process, try to ask these questions and uncover as much information as possible so that it gives you that clarity to decide whether what kind of work pressure or what kind of environment you will work in. And that basically becomes your decision point. But otherwise, people talking on social media that Deloitte is a very good company in terms of work pressure, or Infosys is good versus this is good or that is bad. I think those are just opinions or experiences that people are sharing based on what they are going through. It is not generically true for everyone. So stop getting influenced by people on social media who claim that this company is very good in terms of work-life balance versus this is bad. Again, at a policy level, you can identify a few things, but you can't choose your manager. You can't can't choose your team leader and you don't know what kind of behavior they will have or what kind of flexibility will they give. Even if you ask somebody on social media, let's say somebody who's working, in that company, Accenture or TCS or Infosys, these are huge companies. They have lakhs of employees. So if you ask a couple of employees, they may talk about their own experience, but that may or may not be true for you. If you're very lucky, then probably you will get hold of somebody who is working in that project. So if you are able to talk to somebody who's working in that project under that supervisor, then that is really some information which you can trust. But otherwise, I think it's a decision which you need to make based on the overall information that you can gather in the interview process. All right, to summarize, don't go by what people say on social media. Use the interview process wisely, ask the right questions, try to get into touch with the hiring manager or the people that you will work with during the interview, and basis the information you gather, make a wise decision. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Let me know what you think about it in comments. If you like the video, hit the like button and share it in your WhatsApp groups, and see you in another video soon. Take care and bye for now.